Hello friends, welcome to a new watercolor tutorial, and today we are going to learn simple way of drawing and painting cars. Hi friends, I am VanidasMangathil and let us learn watercolors together. In today's tutorial we will be learning how to simplify the shape of a car when we see it from the back side, the rear view of the car. Okay, so to do that we will be making a couple of rectangles and we will be converting them into cars. Here I am using a watercolor paper. It's an Indian handmade watercolor paper, around 300 GSM, and I am using a normal graphite pencil. Right, let us make a small rectangle here. Hope you can see it. A small rectangle. Okay, and let us make another slightly big rectangle slightly below this with a little bit of a gap. Okay, maybe slightly longer, slightly taller. These are the two rectangles, one rectangle here, another rectangle here. And what I do is I sort of extend this gap and let us sort of connect these two. Okay, connect these two, and now what we do is we get the basic shape of the car. Now what we do is we add a small box here to suggest the wheel of it, and another small box here. So this is how we get the shape of the car. Okay, a simple rectangle and another slightly bigger rectangle below, and both these rectangles are centered. And once these two rectangles are ready, you connect these two. Okay, and now what we do is I erase the inner portions of it, and what we get now is the basic shape of the car. And let us also make maybe another smaller car. So how do we do that? A small rectangle here, another big rectangle here, and now you connect these two, and the angle of this should be same, I mean, when we see it from the rear view. And now we make so what we do is we are not making it very realistically. It's a suggestive representation. Okay, so let us take some lighter color, maybe a little bit of Payne's gray, and maybe a touch of warmth to it, maybe some burnt umber or something, slightly warming it up. Okay, you don't have to worry about this. Okay, you can take a pale grayish kind of a color, and I am filling the top portion of it. Okay, filling the top portion of it. Maybe I will fill with lighter tones. I will fill this also. Now with maybe slightly stronger tones, we'll have to take slightly stronger tone and we add darker tones here and leaving a little bit of a gap between these two shapes. Okay, I am making this slightly less darker because it is supposed to be slightly farther away, because it is a smaller shape. It is slightly farther away. Okay, right. Now what we need is, we can create the wheels and shadows. I am using more thicker color, darker color for the wheels, because usually the wheels are much more darker and the bottom edge of this is usually very dark. You make it more dark. Okay, maybe some thick pigment. Similarly, some thick pigment for this. Yeah. Now what we do is, we can have the shadow underneath. So that is how we make it. Maybe we can make the shadow underneath as this. If you want, you can leave slight gap between this, but it is not necessarily be given. Okay, this is the shadow underneath, and if there is a light coming from some side, then you can add shadow on the right or left side. So that is the overall idea. To add little bit more details, we can add some tail lamps. I am taking some orange color directly from the tube and I am adding some tail lamp here. It is still wet. And some tail lamp for this also. It is spreading little bit. You can see that this orange color or red color is kind of spreading now with the darker wash, but that creates more interest in my view. I like it. Now this is dry and I'm thinking to create little bit of a context around these cars so that it looks more appealing. Okay, so let us plan something, and what I am planning is that this could be just some piece of road. Okay, this could be just some piece of road, and maybe there are some kind of building or something here. Okay, some building here. Okay, and these buildings, maybe some sort of buildings here, and maybe there is a reflection or shadows. I wanted to make it little less confusing. Okay, and there are some reflections, and there could be some sort of reflection for the car also. These are just some ideas. Simple sky. I'm using the same color. Okay, I don't want too much of details. Little bit of burnt sienna and little bit of burnt umber and little bit of Payne's grey and very pale wash. Okay, very pale kind of a color. Okay, And here I am little particular about leaving little bit of a gap at the top of it. Okay, and here also a little bit of a gap so that the top of the car is seen. And this area is sort of filled. I think this went too dark. Let me drop in some water and dilute it. Okay. In a real painting, I wouldn't do it this way. I would first go for the washes, and then I will first go for the washes and then I will paint the car. Okay, so here the topic was to sort of teach the car first, so I made it like this. Just filling the shapes. Okay. This is probably the sea. See, I'm not worried about how beautiful it is. I just wanted to add some context to the car, okay? But maybe what we can do is, while it is still damp, we can add some reflections to this, okay? So I'm adding little bit of Payne's grey and burnt sienna, the same kind of color, okay? Maybe a touch of red. Little bit of Payne's grey, burnt umber, the same color, and maybe a touch of red, crimson, and I am bringing it down. Okay. And ensuring that the width is sort of matching. Same way I am doing it for this also. Little darker at the beginning. Maybe I will add a little bit of the color of the tail lamp as a reflection. While it is still wet, I am doing that. Okay. It will dry little lighter, okay. I feel that the context created as of now is reasonably convincing, and with some suggestion of some foreign building in a misty scene, etc. And I sort of like it. So I will skip the painting of big building part of it. Probably I will keep it for part 2 of this tutorial. Okay, for part 1 we will finish it off now, and I hope this video was informative to you. and you found it helpful. If it is so, please do subscribe and press the bell notification. You may also share this video to your artist friends who can also take benefit of this video. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and we will soon see you with part 2 of this video and many other interesting tutorials. So keep watching the channel, and please keep painting.